My days lately have been weaved together by simple, wholesome moments that feel like a soft embrace. Small joys and quiet comforts that make me feel at home, grounded, and at ease. This video was filmed in the last few days of 2024, and it feels very fitting because whilst I was sowing seeds in my mind, setting goals and creating vision boards, I also planted seeds in my garden and watched them slowly sprout. I've been spending lots of time outdoors to make the most of these long summer days in Byron, and in doing so I found myself reading by the sea, wandering through nearby creeks and drawing endless inspiration from nature, pouring my thoughts and reflections into my journal. At home, I've been finding solace in the rhythm of daily routines, easing into my days with a gentle morning routine, creating a cozy desk space for work, and preparing meals with care and love. I hope you enjoy this little journey through a couple of days in my life living here in Byron as I find peace and calm in the small happenings of life. I feel like when I'm tired, I can't make decisions. Like all capability of decision making goes out the window. And I'm like, I kind of feel like lying down outside in the sun and journaling. But I also kind of feel a bit hazy in my mind. And I feel like whenever I work out in the morning, it helps me feel more like clear and focused and just awake. So I'm like, I know that my body would thank me if I work out, but I really would like to just lie down in the sun. And I'm like stuck in this predicament of like, should I do this or should I do that? And as a result of it, I'm just sitting here doing nothing. And I don't know what I should do. I think I should work out and then treat myself to some time in the sun with a nice little hot drink and journal then. But first, just get exercise out of the way for my future self. She'll thank me if I work out, okay? My pre-workout mood check is tired, unmotivated, grateful the sun's out, hopeful, and did I already say tired? Unsure, indecisive. Let's see how some exercise endorphins can change my mood. It is breakfast time. Listen to the cicadas and all the insects. It's like such a symphony. But for breakfast, I have got roasted pumpkin and some rice, some black beans and red kidney beans. And then I just made like a little omelette with tomato and spinach, coriander on top, and some sauerkraut. I've been loving just having like things in the fridge that I can put together into a meal. Like I just made a huge batch of roasted pumpkin and beans and rice, and then just have it in the fridge for whenever I want to make myself a little meal, and it feels like I have something really grand without having to put that much effort in, and I'm excited to eat this. Cheers. I feel like when I don't get good night's sleep, it affects me so much. I'm like struggling to stay awake. I've been reading this book, Letters to a Young Poet. I love when I read books that feel inspiring in some way, whether it's like what the person's writing about or their style of writing. You know, when you read some lines in a book and you feel really like seen and understood through someone else's words, someone else's experiences, the way that somebody else sees the world. That's what I've been feeling whilst reading this book, and it's been really comforting to read. I'm honestly so tired this morning, and I feel like it's the kind of tiredness that is not going to leave me today until I get some better night's sleep. I feel like I just need to have a really comforting day today. Won't you meet me down by the sea, standing by the shore? We know it's always more. So open up your hand and lay down your fears, and lay down your, and lay down, and lay down, and lay down your fears. So open up your hand and lay down your fears. We can just let go, we don't have to know. I'm going out on a mission to buy a paintbrush, maybe some paints, a new scrapbook for 2025, and some seedling potting mix and some seeds so I can plant a garden. My scrapbook for 2025, and I'm gonna like cover it myself with different fabric. Happy about this little tub of yogurt I bought for myself as a treat. It is time to plant my little seedlings and get my garden started. I planted seedlings earlier in the year and did like a whole garden bed, and it went so well, but I was sad that I wasn't home to enjoy it because I planted it before I went overseas, and then I obviously wasn't here, but my mum was sending me photos and it looked so thriving, and so I want to do the same thing again, but this time round I think I'm going to do lots of tomatoes, and there's already some things in the garden bed. There's some corn growing, and there are just like a few remnants of things that I planted last time, but I want to properly get into it. I feel like there's something so nice about having a garden that you can tend to and like go out every day and water and see how your little seedlings are growing. It's like having a pet. This is exactly what I feel like doing right now. Just sitting outside, planting little seedlings, getting my hands dirty. Something so nice about doing things with your hands away from a screen. I spend so much time at my laptop, and so anytime I do something like this, it just feels so fulfilling. Also why I want to start painting as well. Just things that take me away from my screen and into like my mind and my imagination. I want to do more of that coming into the new year. Bye-bye. Me setting my New Year's goals. So this is the garden bed where I've planted stuff in the past, and now there's just like the last bits hanging on and a few other things in here. There's corn over there, so much corn, it's huge. But I don't know, I feel like I need to do some sorting out in here and some weeding and pruning dead leaves. Like, this is not looking too happy. And then I want to put these, I bought lemon verbena that I want to put in here somewhere as well. I think I've just created a new morning spot and a new morning ritual, coming outside to water the garden, and then I can bring my tea outside, and I put this little like concrete block here, and it's my coffee table. I have my book, my tea, my garden. I've just planted bean seeds along here yesterday. I hope they grow because there's so much corn in here, and before I planted lots of kale in here, but I think that both of those things take lots of nutrients from the soil, and beans put nitrogen into the soil, which all the plants need to feed off of. So I'm thinking if I put some beans scattered around the garden, it might help everything grow. I'm hoping. And this little plant that I bought yesterday that I put in these pots is lemon verbena. And I drank so much of it when I was in Morocco, just like the dried ones for tea. And when I saw that in the shops, I was like, oh my God, I need to buy it. I hope it grows up big and strong so I can make teas from it. It's the little things. The little things are so not little things though. I feel like society's conditioned us to think the little things are little things, but in reality, like the little things are actually the really big things, like growing food or sitting down and having sunshine. It's actually like a pretty grand event. I've been reading this book, Anamkara by John O'Donoghue, for months. I've had it for, I don't know, maybe 4 months or 3 months. But it's one of those books that is just it's very rich and very deep. And I feel like I read one chapter and it's plenty enough, you know? I used to read a couple of pages of it first thing in the morning, and I feel like every time I would read it, I would feel like really enriched. And so I want to start reading a few pages in the morning again. This is going to be my new little ritual, like coming outside to water the garden, reading a couple pages of this book, and having a tea. I feel like I always have very specific things that anchor me to a certain moment in time. Like, I'll be obsessed with one song and a certain drink and a certain book, or, you know, like a certain ritual, and I'll do it every day. And then I'll go to a different place or just decide that I want some change in my life and then change it to something else. And I'm always like, oh yeah, remember that time in my life. I just think habit and routine is like one of the most grounding things in the world to me. Probably because I've been moving around quite a bit, so I don't so much rely on place to be stable, but I rely on like routine and ritual to be stable. Breakfast today is black beans, roasted pumpkin, tofu scramble, rocket, sauerkraut, and pesto. Bit of a random combination, but I'm excited. I have a bunch of work that I need to do today, but I was just showering and I started listening to Push to Start by Tyler, and now I really want to learn the dance.
7, 8, we go pushing around.
Oh my God!
Boom and a cross and a wave. Wave,
This shit is
right
hard.
and a hop. Yes.
I swear this is not what it looks like.
From here we're gonna put our...
My little bean has sprouted. In the following days, my seeds started to sprout, and it was so exciting watching these little plants come to life. To close off this video, I want to read you an entry from my journal that made me smile when I read it back, because my garden managed to find its way into my writing. On the 27th of December, I wrote, "My heart is full of hope and ambition at the moment. I sense a thriving path ahead, one lined with blossoming pomegranate trees, juicy figs, the sweetest oranges, and wild blackberries. Birdsong tickles my ears as I stride over a soft carpet of moss, each step inviting awe and wonder, urging me to slow down and fully inhabit the present moment. It's all there, waiting for you. I can smell the flowers blooming, I can hear the trees rustling. I will continue to tend to this inner landscape because all of our gardens are connected. If I water my trees, I water yours. Let us give life to one another. Let us feel the strength of the collective spirit. I trust in all that is ahead. What is meant for us will find its way to us. For now, let us continue planting and watering.